Michael Stevens, Mike Reed, Jerry Pollard, the officiating crew. We are set for a breakneck pace, and we're underway at KC. Williams to the cup, knocked away by Brown and off of Williams, out of bounds.
How many seconds just went off the clock just then?
That's four.
4 seconds, and we're ready to roll. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Need an oxygen tank, or you're going to be okay?
Give me a little time.
Auburn coming off that impressive win. They thumped Kansas 89-75 in Salt Lake City. First round, they got by New Mexico State 78-77. The turnaround, Okeke, no.
Watch for the push right now.
Luke May with the board. Ahead for White. May, high-low action. Caught by Brooks. Easy bucket on the interior.
One of the areas that North Carolina thinks that they have an edge is the big guys down deep. Look for that early on, the post-up action. But remember, they will kick it out. Guys down there are very good passers out of the post.
Auburn in the Sweet 16 for the first time in 16 years. Little contact on the inside. Okeke gets the roll.
They're playing well the last 2 games in this tournament. And he might be the wild card for this Auburn team on the offensive end because they look to defend so many of their three-point shooters.
Williams, the senior, White, the freshman, in the backcourt for UNC. May in some trouble. Kick out. Williams, the 3-ball. He has struggled from the outside this season. Numbers are down, but Williams known as the best perimeter defender on the squad, and Roy Williams trusts him in big moments.
Yeah, and one of the examples just early on about how May gets that ball out from the inside.
McLemore, too strong. Weak side rebound. It is cleared. Dunbar, a rainbow 3. Malik Dunbar, the senior, connects.
Yeah, doing the work on the offensive glass just then, and look at this. Wow. Oh, baby.
Kobe White, hyper speed.
Here comes some more the other way, though. Harper.
Oh, life in the fast lane.
Get an easy pass out.
White on the perimeter, lets it fly. Rims out on a 3-ball. Rebounded by Brown. We are tied at 7, 2 minutes gone by. Catch your breath. Harper slows it down. Jared Harper, junior from Mableton, Georgia. He's got raw speed, as does Kobe White.
A little different pace here.
Harper off the back of the iron. Here comes White. White all the way to the tin, and he's fouled.
You forget just how tall White is at about 6'5" or so. He's lightning fast with the basketball and makes good decisions as he comes down the floor.
So for Auburn, 9-0 in the month of March. 6 wins in 10 days. That run through the SEC tournament was impressive. Bruce Pearl told us they got crushed by Kentucky, and it was a turning point for them. They thought at that point they were among the best teams in the country. They found out they were not. The team could have gone one of 2 ways. They showed resiliency, toughness, and they haven't lost since.
No, they could have easily packed it in, so to speak, from that game, the way they were blown out. But now all of a sudden, you're right. And I think, before the NCAA tournament begins, you've got to have 3 or 4 good games in the regular season to get ready for your conference tournament and then get ready for this tournament. They have planned it actually very, very well.
Changes here for Auburn. Horace Spencer in, Samir Dowdy in. Tigers are 3 of 6 from the field. North Carolina is 3 out of 4, and the Tar Heels with a 9-7 lead. Harper swings it.
Nice work out front, finding the perimeter shooters. Dunbar being guarded by Johnson just then.
Back to their floor general, Jared Harper. Fearless.
Skip pass.
To the corner. Okeke, bottom. It's a 3.
That's a nice skip pass to a guy who shoots it at 38%. Good spacing on the floor for Bruce Pearl's team.
43.5% of their points come on 3-pointers. That's 7th in the country. And a 10-9 lead for Auburn.
And they shoot it at 38% as a team. Pretty good combo.
High screen for May, and blocked! Spencer ranges over to block Johnson. And a foul called off the rebound action on Harper.
Good example there of Harper coming after it. You find the timing of this. You see he shoots it on the way down, and that gives Spencer a little extra time to get there because there was a little bit of traffic getting to the rim.
3rd all-time in blocks at Auburn, Horace Spencer from Philly. The senior plays bigger than he is. He's 6'8", 225. Impressive wingspan, 7'1".
See if they look to post or isolate White against the shorter guy out front, Harper.
Johnson gets a touch. It's been a gifted score for UNC. That's a deep one. Johnson ends up on his backside and misses straight away. Look up. Dunbar corkscrews in for two.
Nice look down the floor. A little cheat out there. Dunbar reading that play. You can't cheat out the half-court eye, and it's usually a race to half-court unless you know for sure your guy's going to get it. Nice read there and a delivery.
May pulls the trigger. Cans it. A three from Luke May. It feels like Luke May's been at UNC for 8 years.
Sure does. What a career he's had, though.
Averaging a double-double. Harper, the speed, missed it with a left hand. It's cleared by Brooks.
They haven't gotten away with the step. Good work there out front.
Pull up, White, count it. A long two-pointer for Kobe White.
Just understands how to get to certain spots on the floor, and generally they're the ones that he's very comfortable with.
And he's just a natural scorer, 16 points per game. Out of the corner, Dunbar missed it. North Carolina pushes. 5 on 4 if they hurry. Shifting gears, missed it on the inside, White.
Yeah, that had so much spin on it when it hit the rim just then. It threw May's timing off. Harper, good trail here.
Mismatch with May.
Does he go by him or does he reload? Let's see what happens.
Sizing him up. Small against big. Harper pulls the trigger. And it's rebounded by Okeke, another offensive board.
This is a team, Auburn, that's not really that big and is not as big man-to-man as Carolina is, but they are relentless on the glass for a smaller bunch of guys.
But you're talking about the best team in college basketball on the boards in rebounding differential, North Carolina. Off the deflection, contact there. May was going for the loose ball. He made contact with Spencer. And the question, who is the foul on? It is Spencer picking it up. And we step aside with North Carolina up by 2 on Auburn. Back in Kansas City, let's bring in the third member of our crew, over to Jamie Erdahl.
And what we've been looking for is anything out of the ordinary with Nasir Little, who started to undergo flu-like symptoms midweek. He did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. He usually is the first substitute off the bench for North Carolina. He is still sitting there. It was Brandon Robinson instead. Also to note, it sounds like Cam Johnson had the fever yesterday as well. So keep an eye on this energy for North Carolina.
And Jamie Little scored 39 points in 38 minutes in the first 2 rounds. A huge factor. May off the spin. Couldn't get it to go down. It's rebounded by Austin Wiley, who has checked in. Bruce Pearl will make many substitutions. Javon McCormick in and D'Angelo Purifoy. McCormick gives it up.
Still not getting the easy shot from the three-point line. Carolina has extended their defense to really be aware of one of the better shooting teams from the three-point line.
Jimmy, I can't believe I'm saying this. The shot clock is down to 4.
But it didn't go all the way.
No, and McCormick hits the floater.
You won't get to say that many times, so you may want to repeat it.
We're tied at 14. Change for North Carolina. Brandon Robinson, the junior from Douglasville, Georgia, is in. May off the side of the rim on a long ball.
Jamie mentioned Little. He's over by the scorer's table getting ready to check in.
Early offense. McCormick could not get it to Wiley. Auburn gets it back. A little hop step to the rim, and Downey finishes.
Downey read that perfectly. You don't want to just run back and turn your head. You want to make sure you're watching the basketball. Good job playing that passing lane in a short manner.
White, step back jack. No. Rebound, Brooks. And he made contact with Wiley.
Brooks over the top on the right side.
Watch every game live on your phone, tablet, computer, favorite streaming device with March Madness Live. Watch now at ncaa.com/March Madness or download the app today.
Yeah, when you mentioned that Little had 39 points in the first 2 games, one of the key things was that he was going up against 2 teams, Iona and Washington, that played a lot of zone. So he had that middle of the floor to operate. The other side will be playing man-to-man as they get a turnover here, Carolina.
Johnson back in, Little seeing his first action. Johnson gives it up. Robinson strokes it. No. And a rebound inside for big Austin Wiley. North Carolina has missed on its last 6 shots. The penetration. Oh, some razzle-dazzle. Javon McCormick with a flashy finish.
When he comes off the bench, his job is to keep the pressure on. We think of that as a defensive concept, but he does it at the offensive end.
Knifing to the rim. Robinson is fouled.
He's hurt too a little bit. Maybe a shot to the upper thigh.
And he's trying to walk it off.
So here's the pressure with the basketball. Go by a guy who's taller than you and flip it in. Nice drive to the basket. A little bit of a hold there, too, in terms of holding on to the ball just then by Robinson. And didn't stop the drive to the hoop.
The officials checking on Robinson. He will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, that looks like it was a right leg against that thigh area. I don't think it's the hamstring. I think that was contact that caused that.
He got in between 2 big bodies. Robinson's a 65% shooter. And more changes here for Auburn as Dunbar and McLemore check back in. Kobe White's going to get a breather for North Carolina. Brandon Robinson, he's long, he's athletic, plays with a lot of energy. And 7th Woods is in at the point guard position for UNC. In the paint, Auburn 12, North Carolina 4.
Auburn just has to worry about the fouling.
Bryce Brown misses it from long range, tracked down by Woods. 18-15 Tigers.
So they keep the pressure on you too. They force the action just like Auburn does at their offensive end of the floor.
Luke May, attack mode, the banker.
Nice little drift there too with McCormick sliding over. You have to make a judgment as a big guy whether you want to take that extra dribble or kind of go in the air and freeze yourself without carrying through the defender.
Come up on the 12-minute mark of this first half. 18-17 Auburn in front of North Carolina. Tar Heels a #1 seed for a record 17th time. McCormick, the flip, no.
Nice tip though by McCormick in traffic.
Knocked to the outside and saved by Auburn. Tigers are shooting 50% from the field. North Carolina shooting 40%.
Another small big on the outside here. Let's see if McCormick tries to go by him. There he goes.
McCormick, penetration. Extra feed. Dunbar a 3. Book it.
That's McCormick reading the play. He's got a big guy in May at 6'8". He knows he can go by him. He doesn't necessarily have to shoot the basketball, but he triggers the first hockey assist.
Malik Dunbar averages just under 7 points per game. He's got 8 already. Johnson, short.
Nice tip out again. Both teams.
May gives it up. The jumper goes for Robinson. An off-balance tray.
You know, it's that second chance opportunity. He's a long-range guy who can shoot it. 46% by Robinson this season.
3 and D, that's what he brings. Purifoy can't answer. Rebounded by Robinson. North Carolina looking to regain the lead.
Some pace still, too. First 5 minutes of this game, but it's continuing for the second.
Little gets a touch. Little, step back J, no. And cleared by McLemore.
Little trail.
Hot hand? No, Dunbar missed it badly. Rebound, and a foul called. Purifoy got pushed.
Yeah, that was Woods, I believe.
Little slow getting up. Neither team shooting it well from long range.
So a little jump out by May. Watch him go off the right leg rather than the left leg. And then there's some action going down after the bump by Woods.
Auburn, North Carolina. We know Kenny Smith and Charles Barkley are back in the studio. Look at this. First of all, Charles had like a Jack LaLanne type body.
Beautiful.
Kenny Smith had an incredible head of hair. And we go back to the '85 regional semifinal. Kenny dominated for the Tar Heels. He had 22 on 9 of 12 shooting.
Ooh.
He kicked his legs on that attempt.
Ooh.
North Carolina held on to win 62-56. They did lose to the eventual national champion Villanova in the next round. So they're back in the studio right now. How are you guys holding up? Do you have separate areas back there?
No, we're sitting together. And first of all, I just want you to know, dominating Kenny Smith is an exaggeration.
Dude, I barely missed a shot. Barely missed a shot. But, you know, this is a great, I'm just happy for Auburn, honestly. I do like Bruce Pearl. I've known him for a long time. You know, he's turned the program around. You know, this is something that we do every day, honestly. But not trying to take any shade right now. But this is great for Auburn basketball. I'm happy for Charles, actually.
Well, I'm excited for Bruce and these kids. Obviously, it's a great opportunity for us playing North Carolina, one of the 2 or 3 greatest programs in the history of college basketball. I love the pace of the game. We got to make some more threes, but I really love the pace of the game.
Oh, so do we.
Yeah.
Oh, we love the pace of the game. We're trying to get 100. So if you want to play that way, come on, let's do it. Let's get 100.
Well, that's our only chance to win it.
Okay.
Y'all got a much bigger team.
Well, that is our chance.
But we got to keep you off the boards.
Okay.
But we love the pace of the game.
All right. We'll see at 3 quarters if you still love the pace. 3 quarters in.
I just feel like we're eavesdropping on their conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
That better
Guys,
be a
good
charge.
luck.
That better be a charge right there. This is.
It was, Charles.
I was gonna say we're not. This guy trying to get a first down out there.
Come on, man. I thought y'all played football at Auburn.
Yeah, this is illegal, Ken. You just can't run over people.
Why not? Y'all play that in football, don't y'all? Y'all are great football.
Listen, let me tell you something. We'd be stomping y'all if this was a football game.
It's not. It's a basketball game. So welcome to where reality is. All we gotta do is keep the pressure on.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you guys for having us.
Gives it up on the inside. There's a rumor.
Thanks for coming.
There's a rumor that if Auburn advances, they will bring a live tiger into the studio
that's nice.
for the Elite Eight.
I like Charles in that 34 number, though. You know, our 34 number is retired down with the Philadelphia 76ers. The problem is it's Charles's name is on the back of it, not mine.
Oh, Kiki nails the triple.
What a start for him. They're so concerned about the guard shooting the basketball from long range. They're forgetting about him. But to Charles's point, I think the one key thing is so far that Auburn has been rebounding Carolina. They got 4 off the offensive glass.
And that's a strength for North Carolina.
Yes, it is.
It's been a weakness for Auburn, a negative rebounding margin this season. Shot clock is down to 9. Woods.
Good hands.
He tried to cross over.
3 on 2 if they hurry.
Brown, pull up 3. And it's rebounded by Williams. 4-point lead for Auburn. Whipping around the perimeter.
They're looking for their high-low, but they're sealing it with the weak side. Nice defensive play.
McLemore blocks Little on the inside. He missed it. And it's cleared by Okeke. Leaky Black is in for North Carolina.
Well, they're just spreading the floor on their break. Beautifully done, and the ball is hopping.
Hot potato, Dunbar. Okeke, another offensive board.
I would say they could reload it, but that may only take about 5 or 10 seconds to reload their offense. Here they go. They're pulling it out the half court for 1.
Just 1 Elite Eight in Auburn's program history, 1986. Okeke has 5 rebounds, 2 offensive.
Nobody home.
Dunbar. And rebounded by Woods. North Carolina has taken the most shots in the country.
I'm not so sure they want to give Dunbar a 34% shooter. That shot wide open, uncontested.
Woods watched by Harper. Williams will dump it inside. Nice move. Getting the roll, it's Nasir Little.
He can use that size. He's 6'6", but he's really strong, too, at about 220 pounds. So I'm surprised they're not posting up more.
McLemore can't get it to drop. Loose ball. Okeke leans and scores.
There's that Dunbar again on the offensive glass, mixing it up. So far, so good for Auburn on the offensive glass. That's number 6 on the offensive glass, and they've kept Carolina off the offensive glass. They only had 4 so far.
And Okeke has cracked double figures. Major changes coming on the floor. Next dead ball, if it ever happens. Woods. Oh, he splits defenders. 7th. Woods with a gorgeous play going to the hole.
Yeah, he just took Brown off the dribble just then. No contesting at all.
We approach 7 minutes to go in this first half. 2-point lead for Auburn. Auburn is 4 of 15 from downtown. Dunbar the drive. Couldn't finish it with the left hand. Leak out by Little.
Size advantage.
Look out in transition. Little with the left hand. And the foul. Harper got him. Nasir Little can do so much damage on the break.
He knew initially that he had this size advantage. See it? You can line it up right there when you watch the defender. Harper trying to get in his way. No contest going to the basket.
All right, let's take a look at enhanced stats developed with Google Cloud. North Carolina this season just under 76 possessions per game, 6th fastest pace in the NCAA. It's not hard to find examples for the Tar Heels.
No, you can pick out just about any play, but here you see White going down the floor and nobody can pick him up. Not only does he have the size at about 6'5", but that blazing speed. And one of the things about White is he just really, really understands when to go full all the way to the basket and when to pull up and pass it.
That was a tough call on Harper, his second foul. And Harper is now on the bench. The miss by Little. North Carolina gets the rebound. Johnson, it's blocked. Spencer, another denial. Spencer tries the Euro.
From about 18 feet away, doesn't work usually.
You have to be near Europe to actually do it.
In the same area code.
Spin move. And Okeke lost the ball.
Nice job by Johnson defensively.
That's 5 turnovers for Auburn. Working around the perimeter. White thought about it.
Yep, hesitated though. Had to
catch and fire. Kenny Williams cans it. He's got a 3.
There's a good decision by White too. He was thinking about the shot. He hesitated, fumbled it just a touch, but regrouped as a young player to be able to pull himself together in a hurry.
7-0 run. Brown, air ball.
Nice try.
Okeke, what a save. McCormick bounces it out. And that ball was out of bounds. So after all that work, Auburn loses it. Dowdy just couldn't handle it initially.
So the action starts. Watch the fumble as he catches it. Delay a little bit, and then he fumbles it just a touch behind the back, slows him down. But then he finds Williams in the corner.
Last touch by North Carolina. Auburn retains 25 on the shot clock on one end, 13 on another.
Now they're aligned.
Okeke gets it in. Timer is down to 8.
Dowdy looked at the clock at the other end.
Shot clock's down to 1. Dowdy is blocked as Auburn could not get a clean shot off. There was a discrepancy here. And now the officials are having a little chat about it. Want your sports news without the yelling and fake debates? Stream CBS Sports HQ, the free 24/7 network for nonstop tournament highlights and picks. Download the CBS Sports app today. Let's go back for a moment because it was an offensive rebound for Auburn. That shot clock should not have been at 13. That was a mistake. Shot clock should have been at 25. Remember when Auburn lost the ball out of bounds? That was off of an offensive board. North Carolina's going to take over. And a clock issue as well. 6:59 on the game clock above us. 6:02 on the game clock above the backboards. Auburn comes away with it.
Brown just has not been able to get it to his offense. He's 0 for 3, all of them from the long range.
15 to shoot. Auburn down by 3. Ball knocked in the air. Brown volleyballs it. Okeke is out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that's one that Brown could have gotten 2 hands on. I think he anticipated that Johnson was going to jump with him just then, but he did not. So he has the 2 hands on the ball. He could have just pulled that down instead of trying to tip it away into the corner.
That's 7 turnovers now for Auburn. The largest lead either way has been 4.
Good hands.
White had his pocket picked. Look out. Flying to the rim, Horace Spencer with a finish.
Well, that's a 6'8" guy stepping in the way of White to get low to the floor to trigger himself with a deflection steal and a breakaway layup.
6 North Carolina turnovers. And the Tar Heels up by 1. High screen. White accelerates and runs into a crowd. And White
is hobbling a little bit behind.
He was limping. And White is going to walk towards the rim, but he is not right.
Yeah, he never gets even about 8 feet away. You see right there, it was closer to the basket, about 5, just by the restricted area. It looked like he didn't get a good plant. Watch it coming right now. You see that he steps on somebody's foot. I didn't see the foot underneath it, but I saw the misdirect of his foot and his ankle.
White's a 79% free throw shooter.
So as a basketball player, Ian, if you've played this game for any period of time, you're going to roll your ankles constantly. So the question becomes, what is the severity of it? So far, it looks okay in terms of being able to play through it.
Kobe White He's been growing out his hair since freshman year of high school. And he's got that weeping willow look. It's working for him.
Sure is.
Javon McCormick looked like he was going to check out of the game. He's going to stay in. And Harper is heading back to the Auburn bench.
I was going to say, putting Harper into this game with the pace of it, with the bounces, the wild plays, very easy to pick up your third foul, and they definitely need him to start the second half if this game remains close with only 2 fouls.
White scored 3,573 points in high school, a North Carolina state record at the Greenfield School.
It's just an amazing number when you think about it.
I mean, I just said it,
Yeah,
but you have to let it sink in.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 is impressive. He had 3,500. Off-balance delivery doesn't go for Doughty.
Length of the Tar Heels factoring in at the defensive end now on the drives in particular.
Carolina can take its largest lead. Turnaround, Williams, he's hot! Kenny Williams!
They almost played that offensive set as if there was a zone going on, and there wasn't. That's how the lack of communication stacked up for Auburn just then to leave the middle of the floor wide open.
33-28, extended 13-4 run. Okeke.
They had to pull that back just a touch, not his normal shooting motion.
One and done for Auburn. Johnson has yet to get involved in the scoring here for North Carolina, averaging 16.9 per game. White missed it from deep.
Yeah, I think they turned down Luke May twice just then.
Brown averages 16 points per game. He hasn't gotten untracked. Okeke drive and kick. The lineup by McCormick, he drains it, or make that Doughty from the side.
Yeah, a little slide to the corner. They do that very, very well when their bigs kind of push the ball into the middle of the floor. That's going to go the other way, an errant pass.
Trying to force it to May in motion. And it's out of bounds. Auburn, North Carolina, we expected a serious battle. That's what we're getting in KC, the Midwest Regional semifinals. Game summary here in Kansas City. Jimmy, normally it's snack time for Auburn from three-point territory, but they are 5 of 18 from downtown. Both teams have turned it over 7 times. AT&T takes us above the rim for one of the best plays of the game.
Yeah, and it's the defensive effort by Auburn, and you notice, watch the extension, looking at it to our left. He knows that there's a guard coming at him, thinking he's going to get that strip attempt that's about waist high. But Spencer just extends the ball to his far right to make sure he just gets an easy layup.
Spencer's been a factor defensively, 2 blocks and a steal. The reality is Bruce Pearl will comfortably play 10.
He will, and he'll play them often if he needs to. Getting back to your point of 5 for 18 with the threes, it's 8 of 13 on the twos, but they will keep shooting the threes.
McCormick gets it back. Let's check in with Jamie.
On par with North Carolina toughness, Kobe White didn't receive any attention to that ankle during the timeout, and obviously still on the court, so he looks to be okay.
All right, Jamie, 58 combined shots now, 33s. Foul on the inside. Wiley gets hacked. Well, we mentioned Kobe White's hair. Let's go back. Bruce Pearl. This is going way back. He had the Juan Epstein look from Welcome Back, Kotter, or Jonah Hill from Superbad.
Keep going on it.
That's an impressive fro.
You only have 2 people from way back?
I could go.
I thought you'd have a half a dozen.
I could go longer than that, but
I know you could. We got a fast-paced game here.
Bruce still has a beautiful head of hair, but that was something back in the day. You did not have the fro. You just kind of had the
yeah, I had
the mop head.
Yeah, it was bad. I got a lot of donations from my family to get a haircut, though.
He went full throw.
And this is a pair, though.
First foul on May. That was Auburn's first trip to the free throw line. Wiley, a 59% shooter. Johnson, catch and shoot. Yes.
Nice set.
A 3.
Yeah, nice set in the half court. A little Berry screen there. You come down the middle of the floor. Johnson has to read it to make sure his timing works in terms of finding the 17-footer.
36-31 North Carolina. Okeke was looking inside for Wiley. Garrison Brooks back in for UNC. It's May, Brooks, Johnson, Williams, and White, the original starting 5.
You have to start going by people. There you go.
Bank shot, McCormick. He is tough.
They're defending the 3 so well right now, Carolina. Nice play again defensively. Look to your left, you get a layup.
Doughty gives it up. Brown, the shovel back. Doughty, contact, gets the roll.
Great pass by Brown, who was running the left side of the floor there on a 2-on-1 break.
No foul call. McCormick went for it against White. May doesn't take the three. Drives in, contact. May with a chance for three.
Yeah, Wiley brought the left hand down, it looked like. That's why May, with the strong drive, is going to go to the free throw line on this. You take a watch. It's a pretty decent play defensively, but then you see that left arm move a little bit on Wiley. That's going to put him on the floor. And then here we go to the races. A little to your left, back to your right. Nice break by Auburn.
10 fast break points for Auburn. Roy Williams sees his senior Luke May, a 78% shooter at the line. And it's rebounded by Wiley, who picked up that foul.
A little different pace than some of the games last night, huh, scoring-wise?
You think?
Woo. First half, we're ahead on that Texas Tech-Michigan score almost. Different style of play.
Auburn really takes advantage when they force their opponent into mistakes. The best team in college basketball scoring off turnovers.
Brown can't get it going from the outside.
Shake and bake.
Wow, got lucky here.
McCormick, shot clock is down to 4. McCormick, that one is really deep.
Didn't hit the rim.
Rebounded by Johnson ahead. White takes it in, missed it. May the follow. Foul call before.
Yeah, I think
as McCormick ended up on the ground.
I think it was McCormick there as White came the entire distance of the floor. Watch and notice the way White holds onto this ball right to the very, very end. That's why he could not get the shot up off the glass, because he's waiting for defenders to either foul him or to go by him. He looks like he's struggling a little bit.
Yeah. Kobe White, that ankle buckled a bit earlier in this first half. Coming up, AT&T at the half. First half analysis, an update on LSU and Michigan State, plus the latest NCAA tournament news. All coming up. AT&T at the half. White is 5 of 5 at the free throw line. Brooks sits for North Carolina.
This is one of the games, and our second one will be the same way, I think. If somebody goes up 10 points and people start to say, this one's getting away. All 4 of these teams tonight have the explosiveness to get right back in within like a 90-second period of time.
Nasir Little is back in. He's one of those explosive performers. Spin move, Okeke. Dunbar had it going early.
Tough pass.
He forced it. Okeke got on the ground, but it's scooped up by Johnson. Johnson gives it up. May fires. Wow. Williams nearly put it through, but he clears.
Who's adjusting his shoe over there on the right?
White rims out, and the rebound snatched by McLemore.
McCormick lost his shoe for a little bit. He had a flat tire out there trying to fix it.
Seems to be okay right now. McCormick, he's provided a spark for Auburn off the bench. Harper on the bench with 2 fouls.
See, I like the post-up play because you can force a double team.
Soft touch. Chuma Okeke, the Atlanta native, has cut the North Carolina lead to 2. He's got 12 points. We are under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, maybe the flat tire is not fixed, or what's? Oh, they're coming out. Something on the floor.
Is that one piece of confetti?
We're perfectionists around here.
Well, Jerry Pollard made sure that that was not going to get in anybody's way. Might have been an NCAA patch that came off one of the players.
We're getting close to 5. Just barely got that one in.
Little lost it out of bounds.
You're right about Okeke, though. He's given Auburn a beautiful lift early in this game with his 5 of 7 shooting from the floor, 2 of 3.
The 9th North Carolina turnover. The Tar Heels up by 2. McCormick 2 for 1. McCormick hangs, hits, and the foul.
One of the things that Auburn's starting to do and make an adjustment here, if you watch it, they're doing a couple of things. They're starting to drive it a little bit more because Carolina's coming out. Look at this head fake, shoulder fake. May just a touch late getting back, so there really wasn't good balance for the weak side, but that's a beautiful play by a guy who's just 6 feet tall. The other thing Auburn started to do is to look to the post just a little bit, and that's going to allow them to either get double teamed by the Tar Heels and kick it out for some perimeter shooting.
8 points from McCormick. We are tied at 39. 22-14 Auburn in the paint. Little gets it to White. 3-second difference, shot clock to game clock.
Size advantage, gives it up.
Little against Okeke. McCormick went for the steal. White trying to make him pay. Good help by Okeke. 7 to shoot. White behind the back. White, a force, and it's going the other way.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Little or May, but both of them were in there pushing him.
North Carolina did have a foul to give.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was May, though.
It is May, and it's number 2.
So you have 6.2 seconds left on the clock. Do you think that's enough time for these guys to get the ball down the floor?
I'm the analyst right now?
Yeah, play
Yes.
analyst. And I'll turn it back over to you for the play-by-play. But watch a quick hitter here, obviously. See if somebody can come up and set a screen.
Quality minutes from McCormick.
Here it comes. There's the screen.
McCormick splits defenders. McCormick at the horn! Javon McCormick scores! And Auburn hits the locker room with a 2-point lead on North Carolina. The raw speed of McCormick. The Tigers end the half on a 10-3 run.
And watch the screen that McLemore sets right there, just enough to get in the way, and then you say, okay, I'm going to stay still. I'm not going to get an offensive foul, and guess what? I'm going to let McCormick do the rest. What a beautiful shot. No question that that's going to count.
Jamie Erdahl with Bruce Pearl.
All right, Coach, we talked about North Carolina's ability to speed you up, but have you played true to your identity so far?
I think both teams have played fast. Our advantage has been getting to the rim with our smaller, quicker guys. You know, their advantage, obviously, early, they were able to get downhill as well, so it's strength on strength.
What's your happiness level with the rebounding effort on the defensive end so far?
I thought the effort was pretty good. They were able to physically overwhelm you. We got to do a better job of finishing down there and get us mix in some inside, outside, get to the free throw line a little bit more in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Jamie, end of the first half with Auburn in front, 41-39. Right now, LSU, Michigan State over on CBS. And we'll send you to AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station. Time to take a look at the Pizza Hut first half stats here in Kansas City with Auburn in front by 2. Auburn shooting 5 of 19 from three-point territory. North Carolina has not gotten it going from three-point territory either. Points in the paint controlled by Auburn in that first half. At the end of that first half, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley taking in the action back in the studio.
Come on, baby. Way to finish off the half.
Does that feel like a kid's birthday party to you?
Looks like something's going on other than a basketball watching, that's for sure.
All right, give me the perspective if you're North Carolina. Your two main stars with White and Johnson have not shot it well, yet you're only down by 2.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of moving parts to that answer. You know, when you think about it in terms of what Roy Williams has to focus on, the rebounding is a push at 21 apiece. So I'm not happy if I'm North Carolina with the way that Auburn has really attacked the glass. I think the one thing that Carolina has done, they've turned the basketball over on Auburn, who's got 8 at the half, and they've averaged Auburn only 8.5 over the last 10 games. But they are really figuring out how to stop them from the outside with the perimeter. Watch for Auburn to really start putting it to the blocks. Here we go, a little post up and see if they either go one-on-one or pass out of it.
Harper playing with those 2 fouls. White and Johnson for North Carolina a combined 3 of 12 from the field. Harper, a 3 to open up the second half. Jared Harper from downtown.
And the other thing I'd be real happy with if we flip to Bruce Pearl and Auburn real fast, Harper and Brown before that shot, 2 points between the two of them. They averaged 31 between the two of them. So if they can get it going a little bit, this will be a real fun game.
North Carolina will work it to May.
Nice hands. McLemore.
Missed it on the flip. McLemore was there defensively. Auburn has its largest lead.
This is big.
Brown, a rainbow tray.
That there is not only a big shot for an individual, Brown, who didn't get it going 0 for 3 in the first half, but now his guys on the floor feel that he's comfortable shooting it also.
And Johnson is struggling. It's a 12-0 run, bridging the first and second half, and a tie-up. Auburn will hold on to it.
So the 2 guards come out, and they start letting it rock. Harper with the first one from long range. He gets his good feeling going, but this is more important because Brown's shot gets the bench, gets the team, and gets everybody else into it, the flow.
Brown and Harper, what they did in the second round compared to tonight, and North Carolina just turned it over. Let's get more from Jimmy Erdahl.
Roy Williams upset with the lack of effort from North Carolina in the first half. He said their second chance points and their turnovers, points off turnovers, outscored us 19-6. He said that's 13-point difference in our effort. Also, Cam Johnson doesn't quite look like himself. Coach confirmed he had a fever of over 100 degrees last night.
And Jamie, North Carolina has now turned it over 10 times. Harper to Dunbar, rises up and sticks it.
Roy Williams better start thinking about a timeout if they don't score this time down the floor. If Auburn gets one down the other end, you're forced into calling the timeout.
And it's going the other way. Williams trying to receive the pass from Brooks. And it happened right in front of Roy Williams.
Yeah, there's the timeout that I just referenced.
It's now a 14-0 Tiger run. Timeout in Kansas City. Double-digit lead for the 5th seed in the Midwest. Roy Williams has been coaching for 46 years. And right now he is sending a message individually to his players.
And notice, Ian, it goes from left to right. Every single guy he got in their face to wake them up. But this is a great defensive team they're playing against in Auburn. They go after it. They look to get deflections. They look to get the tips. They averaged 9.4 steals per game this year, and they get a lot of traffic going the other end. They were 3rd in the country with the steals.
And maybe some people fell asleep on Auburn. They were as high as number 7 in the nation back in December. Then they went through a rough patch and rediscovered their fire towards the end of the SEC season.
Let's see what kind of impact, though, this timeout had, and the message is, with an S, had from Roy Williams.
The jumper doesn't go for Okeke, and the rebound ripped down by White.
Remember, this is a fast-paced team that they can score in a hurry. Good look.
Flip it up for May, who gets the deuce.
And as I said in that first half, a 10-point lead is not safe with either of these teams. The transition that both of them like, and it only takes 90 seconds for Carolina to get back into this game, so Auburn has to be careful with the basketball.
May now has 9 points for UNC. Get into a set here with Harper. May show defensively. It leaves Okeke free for the 3.
Nice little flare. Just bring 2 guys to the right side of the floor, and Harper's smart enough to just set it and time it in terms of how well he gets it over to a beautiful shooter.
Okeke putting up big numbers, 15 points. Ball movement leads to White. May drive and kick. White missed it from 3-point territory, rebounded by Okeke.
3 Tigers on the defensive side of the ball, glass there.
Oh, a deep one.
Wow.
Harper is way off. Auburn is now 4 of 6 from the field in the second half. There will be a new king in the East. Bleacher Report's original animated series, Game of Zones, returns for season 6 on Thursday, April 11th. Watch it on the BR app.
Look at Bruce Pearl right now. After that shot, and I thought it wasn't a real good one by Harper, and I don't think Bruce Pearl thought so either, but he doesn't jump the guy. He just lets him play. He encourages. Now they got this full court action. Watch from the middle of the floor after the second pass. They were working on this to White. They missed him the first time. See if somebody fills into the middle.
Dunbar and McLemore sit for Auburn. Dowdy and Spencer back in. Robinson in for North Carolina. May. Brooks missed time to jump. May is there.
Nice.
Oh, he's like a vacuum cleaner on the inside for rebounds.
Yeah, scooped it off the floor and quick to get it off the glass.
After the May bucket, Auburn goes up the floor quickly. Okeke turns the corner with the offhand.
I just see 5 confident players in Auburn right now, especially at the offensive end.
Auburn making its 10th NCAA appearance in program history. The 3-ball, Robinson knocks it in.
A little bit of defense and a lot of threes is the scouting report on him.
Versatile wing, Brandon Robinson cuts into the Auburn lead, 54-46. Okeke with 17 points for the Tigers. Okeke going to work, and a chance at a 3-point play.
They just flat out think that they can score from the outside, but more importantly, even with the length of North Carolina, Auburn believes that they can get the ball to the post and make things happen. Watch the switch, little body bump here. Watch the switch with the weak hand, off the glass, and one.
See, tournament summary here. Gonzaga, 3rd appearance in the last 5 years in the Elite 8. Purdue, Matt Painter and company, 1st appearance for Purdue since 2000. Texas Tech, Chris Beard, has got it on automatic right now, and Virginia getting the win over Oregon to advance to the Elite Eight.
If North Carolina gets some touches down in the paint for this guy, May, little post-ups for possibly Brooks also.
They were working on Williams during that timeout. Brooks is fouled in the act. Kenny Williams is dealing with a hamstring injury. He looked very comfortable in practice yesterday, going through the North Carolina sets. Second foul on Spencer for Auburn. And Garrison Brooks, the sophomore from Lafayette, Alabama, actually went to Auburn High School. A 63% free throw shooter at the line.
One of the things you have to anticipate that North Carolina is going to do just what they did that last play. I think you have to take advantage of the size that Brooks has down there. May is very quick with the basketball to get it off the glass, which we've seen. So I think you got to get some more touches in the post for North Carolina.
Fourth all-time meeting between these two schools. North Carolina 3-0 against Auburn. Okeke gives it up. Doughty drives. Dishes underneath. Spencer battling, and he turns it over. White's got it.
Remember, they can score in a hurry.
Williams misses the three ball, and the rebound snagged by Spencer. Quick movement by McCormick. Doughty at shooting practice. It's a three.
Boy, they're getting some mileage off the dribble. McCormick, watch the steal. There he comes.
McCormick couldn't finish it. Okeke is fouled.
McCormick at both ends just then. Bruce Pearl loves it. Roy Williams trying to reach for something from the bench. He's going to the bench again right now.
That's 3 fouls on Garrison Brooks. And Chuma Okeke, who is not your typical big because of the skills from the perimeter. You have to respect that part of his game. 20 points for Okeke. Nasir Little back in. Okeke also has 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for Auburn.
And I would normally say with North Carolina, try to get Little involved to some degree. Well, let's see, he's running really well right now. He was under the weather the last day or two.
Oh, long strides by Johnson. He gets to the rim.
This is why Auburn has to make sure of their shots and not turn it over, because we've already touched on the fact that Carolina loves to go up and down. They average 86 points a game. 10-point lead is not safe in this game.
Ball movement. Doughty just made a three. Rims out. May's got another board for UNC.
Better job by the Tar Heels keeping Auburn off the offensive glass. Big set here to get that rhythm going.
Get into it early. Johnson, intermediate jump shot. Cameron Johnson drains it.
And look at the bench behind them, Ian. All of a sudden, the bench now is starting to believe that their teammates are starting to warm this up. Big possession here offensively and on the other side of the ball for Carolina.
The Auburn lead is down to 8. The blast. McCormick. Window. No. Rebounded by Little.
How about May tipping that one up against the defensive glass again to keep it alive for his teammate?
White.
They got hit.
And a foul called on the drive by White.
There might be 3 on Harper, too.
Coming soon to TNT. See why critics rave that Claws is one of the best shows on television. Don't miss the new season of Claws on TNT. Changes here for Bruce Pearl. Cam Johnson is not 100% himself. He was dealing with a temperature. Jamie Erdahl reporting over 100. And that was an issue yesterday. He and Nasir Little fought through it.
Yeah, you figured that if one got it, somebody else on the team, and they said yesterday when we asked that question that everybody had not gotten it.
Step back, Kobe White, no. May in the perfect position. Offensive board, muscles it up and in.
Well, whether it's on the post-up or the offensive glass, now they're starting to get a little mileage out of the paint area.
13 points for Luke May. This is a 6-point game. Austin Wiley in for Auburn.
Wiley's wide open, too, but he didn't handle it clean. Little reach, though, by Johnson.
So foul called on North Carolina.
A lot of these balls that are shot from the right side, you know, about 70% of them are going to get a kick to the left side. May understands that and just puts it right back for an easy 2.
I like when you go Ken Palm like that.
Jim Palm.
Jim Palm. That would be Jim Spa.
I just make up the numbers, though, Ian. These guys get them right.
No, you're right.
It's more fun making them up, though.
Bryce Brown squares. Off the mark. Rebound, strong one. Wiley stripped to the ball. He brought it down low.
Yeah,
Knocked out of bounds by North Carolina.
Johnson was there. They weren't there on the defensive glass. But when it goes down, nice strip there by number 13, Johnson, in white.
10 offensive rebounds on each side.
You're right, though, bringing that ball down. I think he hesitated, and that was caused that little bounce.
Okeke goes deep. Bryce Brown has been held in check. He's a knockdown shooter, a rhythm shooter, and has been a shot maker for this Auburn squad.
That's why I think they have to get something going towards the basket a little bit more.
Brown is 1 of 5 from the field.
There you go.
McCormick lost it, saves it. Plenty of time. Nice look inside. Wiley is fouled.
Wiley didn't catch that ball cleanly, though, again, and he bobbled it, and he caught it with his belly almost.
Show your love for your favorite NCAA team with officially licensed fan gear. For the best selection of team apparel and accessories, head to ncaa.com/shop.
It's a little thing, though. We'll see if Wiley can convert 2 of these because he's a 59% free throw shooter. But the fact, and that's why you saw Roy Williams over there clapping a little bit. He understands that the ball was not caught cleanly. We'll take a foul in that situation rather than having Wiley at 6'11" dunk the ball. Let's see if they can steal at least 1 at the line.
Jimmy, they are now 2 of 8 at the free throw line.
Wow.
61-54 Auburn.
Not a great shooting free throw team, 71, but they do shoot 18 a game. Now they're on their heels a little bit. Auburn.
Oh, killer crossover.
Oh,
denied. Wiley. Big time block.
Well, now it's understanding that you have your big behind you and not reaching out on Little to cause a fouling situation.
They are 8th in the country in blocks. McCormick swatted by Johnson. North Carolina in transition. Little knocked away by Dunbar, and it's out of bounds.
Did you check that Little stumbled just a little bit there as he was catching it?
And he's
look at this
moving
wow,
a little strangely right now.
Wiley just then, huh? Oh my, right on the ball. And Little didn't realize it. He goes after the tin anyway.
And Little's gait just seemed a bit affected. Got a substitution here. McLemore in. Wiley, quality minutes defensively for Auburn. Will sit. Auburn has missed its last 5 shots. North Carolina trying to take advantage. May barreling into McLemore. It's a travel.
So what is May thinking? He's thinking, I got to get to the basket, and he does. He takes an extra step, and he's pushing that shoulder down also. But that's the intent that Carolina's trying to make a little switch right now. Let's play this inside the paint area at the offensive end of the floor.
13th giveaway by the Tar Heels. 12 minutes to play, second half. McCormick gives it up. Catch and shoot. Dunbar, a 3. Silky smooth.
Boy, another good set there by Auburn because guys are dribbling it, but they're not really freezing out the ball. They're keeping the ball hopping when a guy is open in front of them.
Junior college transfer Malik Dunbar has provided a lift offensively for Auburn. 64-54 Tigers.
Can Little muster up the strength to get something going offensively?
Robinson off the double. May sets the feet. Short on a 3. Rebounded by Robinson. Leaves it inside. Little. It's blocked. Oh, Kiki.
There's a foul from behind also by Robinson.
Brown got pushed.
The Tar Heels thought they had 4 points on dunking opportunities. They come away with 0 because of this play right here, getting a swat on it. The 5th block for the Tigers, 2 for North Carolina.
Time for us to take a look at the Capital One rewarding performance. Auburn starting to pick it up from 3-point territory. Whoa! Charles Barkley picking it up in the studio. And Kenny Smith is texting.
He's got the silence treatment on Kenny over there right now.
Kenny is stoic.
Kenny is waiting for a burst here by the Carolina Tar Heels.
Purifoy is in for Auburn. Still plenty of time here. Purifoy, fadeaway 3. He's got it.
The team that was not really shooting the ball, Auburn, real well at the 3-point strike. 5 for 19 in the first half and just come out and started to light it up.
67-54 Auburn. 6 of 10 from three-point range in the half.
Got
May wheels inside, leans. Rebound, Johnson couldn't secure it. Harper on the move.
Right on the side. Good no shot just then.
Purifoy trying to get it inside to McLemore. Harper will slow things down.
This is a tough style to come back on also with the way they're directing their half court.
Purifoy, hot hand. Yes! Oh, triple!
Well, Bruce Pearl really has got a good understanding of how to ride the hot shooter.
White gets to the rim and a chance at a three-point play.
And McLemore with the reach down on the Auburn side, but Bruce Pearl letting his guys play their game, but not as fast as they usually play it. Here's a little pick and pop, little flare to the left side. And Carolina really looking for an answer. White driving it to the basket, gets the reach in foul and the bucket to go.
That ends a 10-0 Tiger run. Kobe White trying to cut it to 13.
Tough team to pick up full court too. You're gonna, because they're so fast with the basketball.
North Carolina third in the country in scoring, 86 points per game, currently at 57.
A 2-3 look right now. Let's see how they shoot over it.
Purifoy. Oh, again! Purifoy, instant offense.
Instant smile on the Purifoy face.
White rims out on a 2-ball.
They're looking to break, but they're not in a hurry right now. They're showing North Carolina that they can blend it a little bit, play the half court. Back to the man-to-man look.
McCormick gives it up. 15 to shoot. Harper gets instruction from Bruce Pearl.
They're very good with the pick and roll action too. Here's another one.
Behind the back, McLemore. Oh! Anthony McLemore! Fittingly, McLemore from downtown. Robinson, count it.
And the way Auburn is shooting the basketball, I would shoot it right now when he has it back there. Everything seems to be just going smoothly, and what a beautiful flow to their offense. Yeah, you'll take a lucky bounce every so often off the glass.
The bank for McLemore. Auburn is 9 of 13 from 3, second half. Purifoy couldn't hit it, and it is out of bounds off of Auburn.
Purifoy, watch this little just straight up action. Nobody comes out and guards him, and yeah, we'll do the trick shot. Here's an H in horse, Ian. Tough shot. Look at that smile.
D'Angelo Purifoy. He's not been a huge factor this season. Average 11.5 points per game as a freshman. Missed all of last year. Ineligible with the FBI investigation. And it's 76-59 Auburn.
North Carolina just not getting into the flow.
White, the speed and slam. And a chance at 3.
What an extraordinary player. Kobe White. Watch him turn the corner, and if you just for a second aren't back there waiting for him, it's way too late. Good call from the officials. A bucket and possible free throw that Carolina desperately needed.
You forget that part of the equation, that Kobe White is 6'5".
Yeah, and with some lift, huh?
And 6'9" with the hair. It's an old,
how did you know that?
It's an old Fletch joke. 76-62 Auburn.
Switching out front right now on the cuts.
Ball fake. Oh, no.
Maybe an ankle or possibly a leg.
Okeke.
Oh, boy. There was an odd collision just then.
Chuma Okeke down on the floor.
Boy, his upper body buckled too, Ian, with the pain.
His teammates have rushed over. Bruce Pearl just told his guys to back off. Their athletic trainer is Clark Pearson.
See, we've seen injuries, and I don't know how serious it is, but it's smart for Bruce Pearl to let the trainers take care of this and pull his guys away, and hopefully it's not too serious. But you see that left leg just buckled on him as he was trying to plant. And Robinson recognized it too. You see Robinson there, Carolina trying to help him a little bit. Obviously, he's not going to help him up there, but helping him to the floor.
This arena went silent.
Oh, yes.
Everything going Auburn's way until this moment. Jamie Erdahl?
They obviously have yet to move Okeke at this point. They had to bring a towel over for him to bite on in pain as they turn him on his back. Yet to know what they're paying attention to, but he is writhing in pain right now. He cannot contain himself.
It is the left leg of Chuma Okeke. A smooth sophomore who has had a whale of a game. 20 points and 11 rebounds for Okeke.
Clearly the most outstanding player by far, really, in this game so far.
The versatility of Okeke, something that Bruce Pearl has taken advantage of. He can play any of those spots up front because of the inside-outside skills. This is the 8:08 mark of the second half, with Auburn in front by 14.
Well, this is good news right there. The fact that now he's going to be obviously helped. There you go.
You
Nice
can't
work.
put any pressure on that left leg.
Nice work there by the Carolina players too, though. Look at them.
And
That's
he is walking here. You thought that he would be helped on both sides. And Okeke is walking with a little bit of help on the lean.
Yep, Roy Williams down his end clapping for him as he leaves the floor. Nice class act by Roy Williams and his team.
Okeke exits with his squad up by 14.
And now Auburn has to kind of half shake themselves right now. They're concerned about him leaving, but you're absolutely right. The fact that he's walking off just then with some minimal help is good. But now they got to put their heads back into this game.
Auburn 12 of 20 from the field in this second half. They have exploded offensively.
From Carolina, I'm headed towards the rim if I could get an opportunity for a lane.
Carolina trying to chip away here. White, step back Jay, short. Long rebound, tracked down, and saved by Robinson. Johnson fires and hits a three.
That's just a fabulous rundown by Robinson just then. I believe he was all the way on the left side of the floor and saw that ball bounce, and I just don't think the Auburn players went after it as aggressively as they could have or should have.
Carolina has cut it to 11. It's an 8-0 run for the Tar Heels.
He's in there a long time.
Spencer, turnaround. The banker.
I just don't believe what I'm seeing on the bank shots. Normally 2 spots on the floor, McLemore first and him second, that you don't bank it from almost straight on.
Johnson is fouled in three-point territory, and he is injured.
Oh, he's grabbing his right leg, I believe. He's up faster. Let's possibly see if he gets a knee-on-knee with this.
A foul on Spencer, his third. As Spencer came out, it looked like the legs met.
Yes.
Down low. 78-65. 3 free throws coming up for North Carolina when we come back to Kansas City. The number 5 seed in the Midwest, Auburn, leading the top seed North Carolina 78-65. Let's take a look at the double take replay presented by Orange Vanilla Coke.
Yeah, before the injury, Okeke was just playing marvelous basketball. When you look at his numbers, 20 points, 8 of 11, 11 rebounds, 4 on the offensive side of the glass. And just unfortunate, we hope that he's okay.
Free throws here for Cameron Johnson, who is okay. 7:02 mark of the second half. Johnson shooting it at 81% of the free throw line. This is what Okeke's done here tonight. 20 points, 11 rebounds, but left the game with that left leg injury at the 8:08 mark. Another make by Johnson would cut it to 10. The transfer from Pitt, grad student. And let's check in with Jamie Erdahl.
And unfortunately for Auburn, Chuma Okeke will not return to this game with that severe left knee injury. He was taken to the training room, and now he is being taken over to X-ray, all happening within this building as he continues to be evaluated, but we will not see him again tonight.
Well, certainly, Jamie, the reaction you knew immediately. This was something serious for Chuma Okeke. And Auburn will play the final 6:40 now without him. Doesn't go for Spencer. A foul was called, though, on the inside. Horace Spencer, Austin Wiley are the backup bigs. You can shift Purifoy over at the 4 spot as well at 6'7", 230. He's well put together.
Yeah, they can play the small ball. They can play a little bit larger, but, you know, with their guard play and their perimeter play, Auburn will keep the pressure on you with their 2 guards, even though they have not been putting up big numbers at all. Marbury and Brown only with 8 so far. 3 of 11 combined from the floor.
17 fouls against North Carolina, 5 on Auburn. Tigers are just 2 of 9 at the free throw line.
Yep. So they fouled the right guy just then instead of giving up a bucket. Just under 60%. He misses a pair. Door is opening for North Carolina. Let's see if they can go through it.
Michigan State has advanced to the Elite 8, so 3 spots still remaining.
A lot of round the horn passing for North Carolina this possession, but they're not really doing anything with the basketball.
Kobe White.
He can jump over it.
White stumbles and pinned on the glass by Spencer.
White lost his balance, never got any lift whatsoever.
5 on 4. Spencer can't get it to go. The rebound to Kenny Williams.
Good balance, though, by Auburn on the defensive end. They're not allowing the Tar Heels to get many fast break buckets.
Oh, that is really deep. Robinson misses it from way outside. We are under 6 minutes to play. A 10-point lead for Auburn. Trying to get to their second Elite 8. Small against big. Harper gives it up. Doughty to the corner. Purifoy. Count it! A 3!
They used the clock perfectly. Both sides of the floor. Everything was just absolutely perfect in terms of that set to make Carolina work at the defensive end.
Robinson steps back and misses it. Doughty the rebound. Purifoy is 4 of 6 from downtown.
Boy, Bruce Pearl is working over there and just basically orchestrating the perfect balance of half-court sets and transition sets.
Harper the cross. All the way. Harper is a blur.
And this is a half-court clinic right now. Roy Williams can't get 3 subs into this game.
White tried to make a move. It's saved to Brooks. Shot clock at 13. Robinson drives, leaves it. Brooks slams it down for UNC.
But generally a team, Auburn, that would take that ball out of the net, Ian, and push it down the floor. They've now successfully put the brakes on, and the reason they could do that is they've been very confident the entire second half playing half-court sets.
83-70, Auburn. We approach 4 minutes to go.
Harper's got a driving lane again if he wants it.
Harper squares. Too strong.
Yeah, he had that right side of the floor. He could have taken him.
Black gives it up. Robinson probes.
Turned down a shot just then from 15, Robinson did.
Robinson swings it. The jumper goes. It's Kenny Williams. It's an 11-point game.
See if they start to extend, which they look like they're going to. Watch for a slip cut to the basket or a backdoor cut from the baseline.
Roy Williams is trying to send in 4 players.
This cut here over there will be open, Ian, if they go back to the power side for the cut instead of just a 3.
Mismatch. Harper with Brooks. 10 to shoot. Harper splits defenders, throws it up. He's fouled on the floor. 3:21 to play here in the second half.
Yeah, there's the action defensively. This team helps one another out very, very well. Purifoy is just pure from the left side, And then nobody home defensively, so what does Harper do? He just turns the engines up and finishes it off. Auburn up 83-72. And once again, spreading the floor. This has been a clinic in the second half. Ever since they came out and Harper and Brown hit the initial 2 threes to begin this second half, this team has just looked very comfortable to my eye in the half-court sets.
Shooting it at 52% from the field. The three-point shooting has picked up as well. Iron Eagle, Jim Spinarco, Jamie Erdahl. Nice to have Andy Katz with us as well here courtside.
Thanks, Andy.
So, if you're North Carolina, how do you come back?
I think you start trapping the guards a little bit, make them try to go to the basket, make them rattled a little bit. But keep in mind, this is an Auburn team over the last 10 games has only averaged 8.5 turnovers per game. Now, I know they're at 10 right now, but I would expect Carolina has to change this defense up just a little bit because that clock is working against them.
Well, right now, North Carolina is searching for something. Kobe White is on the bench, and Andrew Platek, a sophomore, is in.
I'm a little surprised at that move.
Harper extends the lead, 85-72. Seventh Woods in the game as well for the Tar Heels.
They got to play it quicker, but they better play it in the paint too.
Johnson gets a touch, deep three. Rebounded by McLemore.
If you're going to play the outside game right now, you better bury 3 out of 5 shots coming down the floor. North Carolina, if that shot doesn't go for them, they're going to have a tough time getting back into this.
We are under 3 minutes to play. Harper, the penetration. Floats it up.
Yeah, that might have been a push.
It is. Offensive foul on Jared Harper.
Nice close defensively just then by Woods. And watch the right arm. Here it comes right there. Good call, and he even walked too. So it could have been 2 calls. There you go. Get it to the paint.
Give it up. Johnson a 3. He just can't buy one. And North Carolina's running out of time. 2.5 to play.
And the rebounding is 35-37 in favor of North Carolina, but that is a huge win for Auburn off the glass so far. Differential really big of a +11.
A steal nearly for Johnson, and Harper gets it back.
Wow, is he fast.
Give it up. Brown. A 3. Bryce Brown.
That was a money ball just then, knowing that they needed one. Here comes a layup if he hurries.
And Brown does hurry. Tracks it down. Slams it down. A rack attack. Auburn up big. Under 2 minutes to play.
A double knockout with the left and then the right by Auburn.
And a foul called before the shot attempt by Johnson.
So he hasn't been real active. Brown from the left side buries one. Only 3 of 7, 2 of 6, and there's the speed again. And this time he finishes it off emphatically, sending a message that Auburn's a pretty good half-court team. We knew they'd go up and down, and they did. If you look at the 90 on the left there, putting up some big numbers. But this half-court, I've been very, very impressed with the half-court execution from Bruce Pearl's team in the second half in particular.
Auburn averages just under 80 points per game. They have scored 90. Williams to the bench, and 1:45 from the end of his Tar Heel career.
Yep. Auburn shooting 63% in this half with only 3 turnovers, Ian.
Kenny Williams, who originally committed to VCU. Shaka Smart left, got the Texas job, and the door opened for Williams to become a Tar Heel. And the emotion is setting in for North Carolina. #1 seed in the Midwest. 1:40 on the clock, and it's all Auburn.
You get yourself in trouble with this guy Brown at the line, and Harper, his backcourt teammate, Ian, both of them shoot it at 82%. So they handle the basketball. I mean, They have really put a thumping on Carolina here in the second half.
92-74 Auburn. They have run away with it against North Carolina. White misses from long range. And the rebound controlled by the Tigers.
Remember, Carolina averages 86 points per game. Well below that average.
War Eagle in effect here in KC. Brown from the corner. And a foul was called with 1:05. Leaky Black was over there for UNC.
Yep, in the corner.
The North Carolina Tar Heels went 29-6 this season. Losses to Texas, Michigan, Kentucky, Louisville, Virginia, and Duke. And reality here in the Sweet 16. Luke May will head to the bench. And the end of a fantastic career. Part of the national championship squad 2 years ago. That buzzer beater in the Elite Eight against Kentucky to keep North Carolina's season alive. Kenny Williams, senior. Cameron Johnson, grad student. They went 17-2 in their last 19 games. The only losses coming to fellow #1 seeds, Virginia and Duke. On the other side, it's Auburn. The celebration for a team that has busted through. Signs of this during the SEC tournament, where they swept the competition. They've got their largest lead, 20, with under a minute left. The turnaround goes for Sterling Manley.
And we talked earlier in this game about their loss to Kentucky, and then they just turned it around, and they have just not looked back at the way they're playing. Very confident basketball.
Auburn will match the school record for wins. 29, which they set back in 1998-99. It's all working. Miles Parker, the triple. Final seconds. And a foul is called. So it will be Playtech going to the free throw line. 11.7 on the clock.
And Auburn averages 11 threes a game, just to show you what kind of shooting performance they put up. They have 17 made threes in this game, so 6 more than their average on the season.
KJ Smith in. Save underneath. Count it, and a foul for Manley with 3.4. Auburn has set a school record for points in an NCAA tournament game with 97. This has been a chalk tournament, and North Carolina, the first #1 seed to go down. And it happens in the Sweet 16. Auburn gets it in. And that's it. For the first time in 33 years, Auburn is elite. The Tigers advance on to the regional finals in the Midwest. They knock off #1 North Carolina, 97-80. A phenomenal second half for Bruce Pearl's squad. They shot 67% from three-point territory in the second half. The Tigers defeat the Tar Heels. And a moment there between Roy Williams and Bruce Pearl. I'm sure Chuma Okeke was the topic of conversation there. Ecstasy for Auburn. Just the second time in school history that they are in the Elite Eight. And it's Auburn moving on in Kansas City. They will await the winner of Houston and Kentucky in the Midwest. Bruce Pearl standing by along with Jared Harper and Jamie Erdahl.
Jared, you dished out 11 assists. Your team couldn't. You got 11. Your team couldn't throw that ball to the basket without it going in. You had 2-point lead at the half, but 17 to finish the game. What changed in the second 20 minutes?
We just knew that we had to come in and play a consistent two-half of defense. We knew we played defense the way we played in the first half, the last two games. If we continue to do that the whole game, we'd be in a good position. My teammates did a great job of helping me get those, so it was great.
What does it say about your game when you don't even realize you have 11 assists and the way this offense is clicking?
I'm just trying to make the right play. I just have the confidence of my coach right here. I have the confidence of my teammates. I have the confidence of everybody being able to make plays. And when we have people at all 5 positions that can spread the court and make shots, it makes it easy for me.
This team is headed to its second Elite Eight in program history. How does that feel wearing an Auburn jersey?
It's just a great feeling just knowing that a lot of us came here, coaching and came here to make history. We've been a part of making history. We came to do that, and we're not done yet.
How did it feel, though, when you see your teammate, Chuma Okeke, go down, and what did this team have to do mentally to get past that point?
Oh, we all love Chuma. We're a close team. We're sad to see him go down, but that just gives us an extra motivation going to these next 4 games. Hopefully he can play. If not, we're going to have to pick up where he left off.
Congratulations. We'll see you Sunday. Coach, I'll ask you a similar question. In that second 20 minutes, what did you tell the guys at halftime to allow them to open up the offense the way that they did?
Just to be yourself. You know, this is what's got us here. The SEC prepared us. We had great respect for North Carolina. We admire the way they play because we try to play that way. And so everybody's making a big deal about the fact that you're going to run with North Carolina. You've lost your mind. But Auburn basketball plays pretty fast, too.
Chuma Okeke was playing out of his mind, unfortunately, before he went down. What impact did he have on this game, and how do you move forward without him?
Chuma was the best player on the floor. He's hurt. He's hurt. So, but we're going to rally. So I'll go hug on him.
That's what he needs. Coach, thank you.
All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Bruce Pearl, his 5th year at Auburn. And it's all about emotion.
Yes, it is.
And love. And that concept has permeated through Bruce Pearl over the course of his coaching career.
He wears his heart on his sleeve. Really interested, obviously, in his player.
Coming up next, CBS has Virginia Tech and Duke right here on TBS. Houston will take on Kentucky, and we'll send you to our studio for Capital One Tournament Central. After these messages, Charles Barkley. Joyous, 97-80, Auburn.